Good afternoon. I have been blessed to be able to have Sylvester Turner as my dad, not because of his accolades and his impressive career, but because of the way that he loved me. No matter where he was in the world or what he was doing, if I called, he would answer. My dad and I talked almost every day. He taught me how to speak up for myself and for others. He encouraged me to be myself and ignited my love for travel. During challenging times, my dad always told me to rely on my faith. He would often say, "Ash, you do what you can and let God do the rest." There was nothing left unsaid between us. He knew exactly what he meant to me, and I know exactly what I meant to him. He embraced my husband and Anaya with open arms. He never used the words "in-law." That was his son and his granddaughter. If I asked my dad's best friends to stand up, half of this room would rise to their feet. But on August 4th of last year, all of my dad's best friends were replaced, including myself, when his grandson, Jameson Turner Captain, was born. Even though I wish my dad he was physically present to see him grow up, I am grateful for the times that they shared, and I can't wait to tell him stories of his amazing grandfather. My dad had a larger-than-life personality. He had the best sense of humor, and his wit was unmatched. He didn't believe in focusing on the negative, but instead found the positive in every situation. His smile would light up the room, his speeches inspired us, and he knew every line dance that was ever created. He truly loved people and had a way to make everyone feel special. No person was too big or too small. He greeted everyone he came in touch with, whether you were the CEO of a Fortune 500 company or the janitor. He would take the time to acknowledge your presence and shake your hand. It was my honor to share him with the world, a sacrifice with all of my family. He was incredibly loyal, which is shown by his many friendships that date all the way back to elementary and middle school. My father didn't believe in gatekeeping, but instead was passionate about building up the next generation. Even though I am his only biological child, I have a number of adopted siblings that my dad took under his wing, and I am grateful for the tribe that he created for us. Most kids spend spring break going on family vacations. Every other year, I spend spring break at the Texas Capitol, watching him on the floor of the House of Representatives and attending committee meetings. I didn't appreciate it at the time, but I had a front row seat on how to advocate, negotiate, and amplify the voice of our community. I want to thank his loyal staff from the law firm, Texas Legislature, City Hall, and Congress for your constant love and support. Whether you are a scheduler, aide, or a part of his security detail, you are an intricate part of his success. Thank you to the nurses, doctors, and staff of MD Anderson that gave my dad the best care possible. We all know that my father loved the faith-based community. On any given Sunday, you would find him attending a pastor's anniversary, church banquet, but being a public servant was what he did. Being a man of faith was who he was. No matter what was going on, you could find him at the Church Without Walls, the bingo location, on Sunday mornings. My father loved this city, and I can tell from the outpouring of love that this city loved him too. He wasn't selfish with his time, talent, or resources. He lived his life as a servant, fighting for people, especially our children and seniors. He was a steady hand for Houstonians through floods, fires, and a global pandemic. He fought for the working class, women's rights, and diversity, equity, inclusion before it was a trending topic. He believed that our differences made us stronger and they should be celebrated, not feared. He has created a lasting legacy, and I promise to do my best to continue his work as best I can through Sylvester Turner Family Day in the Park, the Juneteenth Parade, and the completion of Bethune Empowerment Center, located in his beloved Acres home. I look forward to seeing the installation of his portrait in City Hall and taking my son to see it. Whether he was walking the halls of the Texas State Capitol, leading our great city, or being our voice in Congress, he stayed true to himself and the God that he served. Let my dad be the example of how to live life in your purpose. He has taught us that as long as you have breath in your body, you still have a purpose to fulfill. He gave it everything that he had until his final day in his earthly dwelling. Isn't it strange that princes and kings and clowns that capers and sawdust rings and common people like you and me are builders for eternity? Each of us given a set of tools, a shapeless mass, a book of rules, and each must take ere life is flown, a stumbling block and a stepping stone. Daddy, you have fought the good fight. You have finished your race, and you have kept the faith. To God be the glory for the things he has done.